Hello everybody and welcome to Goodwood Racecourse. We are here for Goodwood Revival. If you've been watching my channel for a while, you might know earlier this summer I did a video on the fact that I was making loads and loads of vintage makes this summer because I'm going to Goodwood Revival for the whole weekend. Today is Friday. I should probably explain, anybody who doesn't know what Goodwood Revival is, it is a vintage car racing event. So the cars age from sort of 1948 to 1968, 69 kind of time. And the idea is that you dress up in vintage outfits. So you dress up 40s, 50s, 60s. I'm here for the whole weekend because I am working on a feature for Simply Sewing magazine that will be out in a few months time. I am a features writer for Simply Sewing, if you don't know. And so yeah, today is the 1940s outfit. I will get a full shot of this outfit. I'll be getting some pictures in front of these fabulous Spitfires, but I have sewn every single outfit that I'm wearing, plus today I also have a piece of hand knitted item as well, hand knitted garment. I've knit this super cute little vintage jumper, so yeah, I'll get a proper shot that I'll pop in here. But yeah, I'm just going to take you guys along with me all weekend. As I say, I am working, so I am going to be yeah, sort of in and out of interviewing people for the magazine and things like that, so we'll see how much I'll actually be able to get, but hopefully I'll get some great stuff for the vlog. So yeah, let's go around Goodwood Revival, guys. I love it, it's gorgeous, thank you. Perfect. Yeah?
Yeah.
What
something a bit different. Like,
yeah.
I don't normally do crafts, so it's been good to try that.
Yeah, same.
Can you show me what you made?
I made a flower.
Oh, it's lovely.
Copy her bookmark. So.
Yeah, really nice.
remember. Well, no, not. But I was thinking about stenciling in the 90s.
Oh, okay,
And
yeah.
all of that. You want to bring down with that?
A little bit.
Yeah.
I'll just. Here we go. So, take off lot, and we're going to paint.
I'll not stick my sleeve in paint.
Hey.
And then we're going to put it onto the lot.
I'm Michaela Sharp. I'm an interior designer, upholsterer, author, TV presenter, lots of things. And I'm here at Goodwood presenting and hosting the demonstration area of Revive and Thrive, where we just really champion different crafts and different handmade skills and show people how things have been made traditionally, but also now to remind people how things are made in the here and now, and hopefully get people being a bit hands-on and creative. For me, sustainability is really important, so being able to appreciate what we already have, keep hold of it, and the more we can understand how things were made, the more we can repair them ourselves or find the right people to help us repair things so that we can keep hold of them and save them from going to landfill or being thrown away too prematurely. So one of the missions here at Revive and Thrive is to show people the arts and the crafts of how things are made, the talent. Some things look more complicated and some things are really quite achievable for people to do themselves. So, you might not want to make a hat from scratch, but if you have a straw hat and it breaks, it might be helpful for you to know how you can repair it yourself and stop it from going into the bin if you have a hole or if you sit and squish it. So yeah, there's lots of different things going on to just remind people that really the things that we touch every day are made by someone, and so it's nice to kind of re-appreciate the value that it's in each piece and the time it's taken to make everything that we use. I'm really excited to be back this year for my third year, and as always there's lots going on. So I'm here in the demonstration area with Dom from Repair Shop. We co-host, take it in turns to host loads of different demonstrations. Today I've got basket weaving, over the weekend we've got reverse sign painting with Eddie, we've got leather work, we've got gold gilding, not gold gilding, gilding, all sorts of things like screen printing, basket weaving, looming, so many things.
Growing up and probably like my daughter is understanding so much more about the environment and sustainability, and I think there was a generation that did before that, and there was a time when we were just after fast fashion, and I think brands have a massive responsibility.
Yes.
Where it's made.
Hello everybody, just checking in. It is a bit of a washout today. It has not stopped raining all day and it is like absolutely pouring. I'm so glad I put my wellies on. I don't know if you can hear me, I'm in the press tent so it's quite noisy. My makeup's like falling off my face. Yeah, we might head home because we've got 2 more days. I think we might try and make it to Best Dressed. We're waiting for a car to take us, but it's not here yet and it's literally starting in 2 minutes, so I don't know if we'll actually make it to that. And then, to be honest, I think we may end up going home because it's just so wet. And then hopefully tomorrow it will be a bit better, a bit drier, and I'll get some more shots for you. You may have seen that I saw Lily Kate Makes. She has a wonderful YouTube channel here, so I will link that below. But I bumped into Lily Kate Makes, who's working at the Lanks shop. She does social media for the Lanks shop, so she was there in a beautiful handmade knit, which was nice to see her and have a chat to her. But yeah, it has been a day of rain, so we'll see yeah, how tomorrow goes. Hello everybody, it is Goodwood day 2. I'm hoping you can hear me because we're quite close to the paddocks and the engines are revving. It is about 9 o'clock in the morning and already we are getting ready. There is such a strong petrol smell. If you are a petrol head or you know any petrol heads, you will know that smell. Today is 1950s look for me. It is a hand sewn dress. It is a by hand London Hannah. I realised I didn't actually share any outfit details yesterday in terms of The patterns, yesterday I was wearing a nail dress by Tilly and the Buttons with a rosary jumper over the top that I shortened the sleeves. All of these details are on my Instagram, so make sure that you do check that out if you want like more outfit details. So yeah, I'm gonna go and get a full shot of this outfit for you guys. I'm obviously wearing a hat. It's a little bit less wet, thank goodness. And I have got my little wellies on though still because the ground is very wet and muddy, but the rest of the area, no rain so far. I've got my sunglasses. They're completely unnecessary, but they do look fabulous with the outfit. So yeah, I'm gonna take you guys along with me and we're gonna get some photos.
You know, all these things that we can do, that, you know, that gets thrown around a lot. So I first want to just even define sustainability, because, you know, it's one of these things that gets thrown around in the news, it gets thrown around everywhere, but to define it, I think, is...
For me, sustainability is... I say that it's not a definitive answer because it's always a movie. So I am the founder and the editor and host of the podcast Sustainably Influenced, as well as the publication side, which launched 18 months ago, because I didn't have enough things to do with my life. So I decided to launch a magazine, self-funded, and yeah, that's that. But my sort of journey started about, I want to say 7 years ago, when I was having a conversation with my friend Charlotte, who used to host the podcast with me. And we were talking as two content creators and saying, well, if we're receiving this much and I'm going down to my recycling bin like 4 times a week and stuff, what are these massive influencers doing? And it started the conversation, hence the name Sustainably Influenced.
Recycled, and instead it arrives as waste and it ends up in their landfill, polluting their communities rather than ours, even though it's our waste. In the past, this worked to an extent because the recycling communities that we exported to were able to make use of these clothes. They're made of natural fibres, well made, and last far longer than they do now. And I saw this firsthand when I went to Ghana last year to Accra, where Kantamanto Market is. They now have so many bales of clothing, but it is almost exclusively polyester. So when it arrives as waste, because it's unwearable and unrecyclable for them, they put it in their landfill pile, which it will never biodegrade, more or less. It will shed microplastics into their water, it will pollute the air, they have to burn it to reduce it, and it just lives as waste in their community, even though it was our waste in the first place. So that's where the term waste colonialism comes from.
So deals with history, but there's something deeper there. There's a lot more there.
Well, I didn't even find out what a fashion historian did until after I had done my undergraduate degree. And I went to a museum lecture and the curator was giving a talk and I realized, oh, this is somebody's job to do this.
Annie Phillips. Can you just tell us a little bit about, you know, what you do and what you're doing here today at Goodwood?
So I'm a seamstress, sewer, but I love to upcycle, and that's really what my journey has been over the past kind of year, or 2 years since I won Sewing Bee. So I've been teaching and educating about upcycling, mending, thrifting, and today I'm just having a little talk about my new book, Upcycle, with Dandy, which I'm really excited about. And then I'm just doing a little demo of Sashiko, but we're doing it as a big group project for a quilt that I'm donating to Oxfam. It's a new made dress, and it's actually made from a backdrop of one of my shoots for the book.
Oh, cool!
Yeah, so
amazing!
I didn't want any of
Reused
it to go to waste, so they gave me all this fabric, and I was like, oh, but yeah.
I mean, it works. It looks fantastic. Is it like a linen or something?
Yeah, it's linen.
Oh, nice! It's gorgeous.
It's really nice quality. So
yeah, really good.
Away, so
lovely.
My book is called Upcycle, and it's coming out at the end of October, which I'm so excited about. I've literally been working on it for like a year and a half, so now that it's out finally, I'm like so I've had to keep it a secret for so long, but it's really it's kind of like an all-encompassing book that kind of starts off with talking about how to make your wardrobe work for you and how to sort through what you have and like make use of those things. So it kind of goes through what to keep, what not to keep, what to upcycle, what to mend, and then what to sort of donate and how to donate those things. And also then teaching you moving forward how to shop more sustainably, how to shop vintage, like key things to look out for to make sure it's like really good vintage that will last, to stand the test of time. And then it moves into lots of sewing projects, so lots of mending. It is kind of like beginner friendly, so a lot of the mending is hand stitching, which is really nice. It kind of takes away that scariness of the sewing machine for a lot of people.
Yes, yeah.
In like some really, really fun ways. How to dye with natural dyes, things like that. And then it goes into upcycling, so it's lots of projects taking old things like maybe a blanket, a tablecloth, or even like smaller things like a jumper and turning them into new things. And then there's a little piece at the end on creating, so it kind of goes all the way from making, I don't know, a party bag to a quilted jacket. So it's like takes you from really beginner friendly projects all the way to something a little bit more tricky.
So I've got this sort of dual aspect of modernity. I've got my phone, apologies about that, I should have a notepad, and my glasses because I can't see a thing, I'm blind as a bat. But we have with us today Patrick James Grant, Scottish clothier, businessman, television personality and author, currently director of the community clothing and textile manufacturer Cookson and Clegg. There's so much I have to read it. And I'm former director of Bespoke, Savile Row Tailors, Norton and Sons, and of course, what a lot of us really know him for, as a judge on the Great British Sewing Bee. Woo-hoo! Since 2013, so this has been going for a long, long, long time. And you've also just written a book called Less.
I have, yes.
And Less is Stop Buying So Much Rubbish. That's for all of us to hear about. So, how having fewer, better things can make us happier.
Yes, I think it's true. Don't you?
Do you know, it is so, I have to learn a few lessons from you, but it's very true.
You don't look like you do. You look like the sort of person that appreciates quality and keeps things and cherishes them.
I love quality, but the thing is I've mixed up the quality and less. So
more quality. Okay.
I have to learn a little about less. But I think what we'd love to start with is how this all started for you, because I know that you've got
the things to be cherished.
Yes.
And, you know, and every bit of... I mean, we've made clothes out of all sorts of weird things. I mean, Esme's shower curtain raincoats, for example. But, you know, every piece of textile, you know, we're surrounded by textiles and they're all valuable and we shouldn't bin things. We should care for them and try... I mean, things that were commonplace not that long ago, certainly in my granny's generation, that, you know, every dress, once it's worn out, the fabric should be... the usable fabric should be rescued and turned into something else.
Absolutely. And this is what Less, your book, is all about.
It is. It's about all of that. Well, it's about three things. It's about jobs, it's about consumption, and it's about quality. And again, I studied material science and engineering at university, and so quality has always been something I've cared about really deeply. I don't think... You know, there's almost nothing that I own that I don't think is really, really good quality, and that's just been the way I've always lived. You know, I think my generation is probably the last generation to learn how to make things universally at school. You know, we did have woodwork and textiles and metalwork and things, and we handled tools. We handled good quality tools. We knew what good things felt like. And I think sadly there are a lot of people growing up who never get to, you know, who will never have sat in a good quality chair. They won't know what a pair of woolen trousers feels like, or a cotton shirt. And so, you know, they've got that inbuilt, you know, qualityometer that many people had in their hands has sort of disappeared, and I think that's a sad thing, because we do
something that we've always done in our family, just hand-me-downs, knitting, sewing. So it's something that I learned when I was younger, but it was more forced to learn rather than like actually wanted to learn this before, and I'd be like, nope, every single time. What was the, oh gosh. Oh, there was so many. I think when it was like really technical, so like we had sailors' trousers, and I was just like, I cannot, and I also find it really hard to follow instruction. I need to be told.
Hi everybody, I'm just trying to come to a quiet spot. It's very noisy, so it's quite difficult to film and talk to the camera. I've got loads and loads and loads of shots of just like all the fantastic stuff that's been going on, but obviously it's quite difficult to actually chat to you guys. But yeah, I hope you guys have been enjoying watching. I've had some great chats this morning. I interviewed Annie Phillips for the magazine, who won the Sewing Bee a few years ago. She's really, really lovely. We had a great chat about her new book, which is really exciting. I also got to meet Paula Sutton, which was really, really nice. So yeah, Paula was absolutely lovely. We had a nice little chat, and she was wearing the most beautiful 1940s outfit as well. I saw Patrick Grant on the stage, which was really interesting. Got to listen to him talking, and he very kindly did a photo with me as well, which is lovely. Unfortunately, I couldn't get any interview time with him for the magazine, but that's absolutely fine. He's a busy, busy man. So yeah, no, just having a really good day today. Just had a bit of lunch, just sort of hanging around the Revive and Thrive area most of the day. I think when I'm done here, I'm probably going to do a little bit of shopping. I've been doing a little bit of knitting whilst I've been listening to some of the talks. There was a fantastic talk this morning on sustainable fashion, which I caught some of as well. So I hope you guys are sort of enjoying these little snippets and bits throughout the day. I've had a few compliments on my handmade outfit, which is very nice. And the rain is like on and off, but it's mostly holding off, which is fantastic. So yeah, just having a really good day. And yeah, I'll probably check in with you guys later.
Pop it in. And that's just going to hold that. That means that that's going to set away for us as we're doing the rest. Can I ask you to hold this? Thank you. We're going to be swapping around.
Russell has left me to go and do a spot of race watching, and I am just gonna pop around the shops. There's loads of absolutely amazing vintage secondhand designer shops, so yeah, I'm just gonna have a really good route around, because that is one of my favorite things, is to buy beautiful pieces with stories behind them. Not so much clothes, as you guys know, I make all my own clothes, but when it comes to shoes and bags and jewelry, that is definitely yeah, my bag. So I'm gonna just have a little look around, have a little shop, and see what I can find. Okay, so today's outfit is a Bakerloo dress in this lovely Hey So Sister fabric. I made this last year because I didn't want to make everything absolutely new. And then I've got these super cute little earrings which my friend Becca made in her shop to be adorned. They're crocheted. These are Joni sunglasses which I've had for like 10 years that were just somewhere in my stash of sunglasses. And then I've got this super cute little handbag which is original 1970s. Again, I already had this in my collection of handbags. And then I've got these little Mary Jane shoes on which are new, but I was looking for some Mary Janes, so I think they're super cute.
Hello Goodwood, it is a very, very rainy Sunday today. So I'm Izzy, next to me is Rosie.
Hi everybody.
And we are the host of the podcast Spill the Sustainability, where we talk about controversial and very prominent topics in sustainability.
Yes, we do. And today we are joined by the lovely Becky from Oxfam. Do you want to tell us a little bit about your role?
Yes, so I've been with Oxfam for over 4 years now, and I'm new in a different role for Oxfam. So I'm supporting a whole group of stores to make sure our managers get their holidays, make sure that shops look as snazzy as they can, and that we're sourcing some great stock for you guys, and I get to do lots of fun stuff as well.
Thank you for coming on the podcast.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, we're so excited. You're our first guest, and I feel like what a perfect first guest.
And you're my first podcast.
Perfect.
You know, if you all stopped buying brand new clothes, we would be able to clothe the next 6 generations of people.
That's one of our favourites. It's so good.
It's nuts, right?
It's absolutely
like
crazy.
13 million tonnes that the UK send to rubbish.
And I imagine
every week
that probably increases, because I think that stat's a couple of years old, and I imagine like by the amount of fast fashion being churned out, that grows daily.
Yeah.
So what's your best vintage or second-hand find that you've got?
Okay, so I come from the plus size lady range, and so I'm more of a fashion vintage inspired. So I was talking about it with Fran, who was our festival shop manager, and we were saying that the revival of the 40s and the 80s and the revival of the 60s and the 90s, when women were actually bigger now than they were. So I go for fashion inspired. So this is a Phase 8 jumpsuit, and it's from the early 90s, but actually it's got the 50s vibe. My accessories, I have handbags that are original 40s. They didn't go with this outfit, so and hair accessories and earrings. So that's where I'll go OG.
What's your best second-hand vintage find, Rosie?
I find that almost an impossible question.
You have a lot of good
finds. You know what? I'm gonna say I yesterday bought, drumroll,
Hot off the press, yeah.
an amazing Prada leather, like really soft leather pleated skirt for £20. On
really good. Wow.
Yeah.
I don't know how, maybe you go to the library, you try and take up the library.
Yes,
an
we went to
important
the library.
an institution, folks, the library.
I still have all my VHS tapes.
Where is the story, the living wardrobe, the things that you have that can come together and create a look that is uniquely you, right?
Right. I always love that. It's like, cat eye is not a 40s hair or makeup look.
Yeah, right.
But I love it, and it looks good. And so I put it together with my 30s and 40s looks. It's like.
And it turned into these heavier conversations about sustainability and fashion, and we're like, wow, we're so interesting. Everybody definitely wants to hear about this.
I think most podcasts start like that.
Yeah.
Somebody should listen to us talk about something.
Yeah.
But I mean, the podcast, you cover a lot of really interesting things, really important things.
They've all been working in various roles in Bridgerton. But they also have wonderful other creative sides to their careers as well. But we'll start with, we have the wonderful Ruth Gemmell, who is Lady Bridgerton. Hello.
Thank you, Paul.
Thank you. And then we have the lovely Hattie McGill, who is an embroiderer extraordinaire. Hello. And then we have Dougie Hawkes, who is a award-winning, Emmy-winning costume designer. So, thank you very much. Take a seat. Who mentioned that she loves seeing how costume designers and how the creatives, they explore beyond the period. She thinks it's a wonderful thing that it's not too restricted to, it has to be historically accurate, and that's quite a joyful thing. Is that a nice thing to hear?
It was great. On season 1, I think afterwards I was personally slated for putting costume design back 30 years by somebody, which hit me quite hard, I think, then. But look, I'm still here, as you said before. So,
because you've created your own world. It's created its own world, and I think once people move into that world and start believing in that world, which they do in droves, that's what we want to see. I think if you now became too historically accurate, it wouldn't be Britism, would it?
No, it loses
absolutely. But this is the revival. Is this the first time you've come to Goodwood? So, or are you regulars?
I came here for one day last year and was utterly blown away, and we decided to camp this year. So
because it was such hot sunshine last year.
It was a lot of sunshine.
It always sunshine at Goodwood.
We were in a camper van, so whereas
a very similar situation. Came for one day last year on the hottest day, and then thought, yeah, we'll camp for the whole weekend this year, and very foggy.
Well, apart from working here, no, this is the first time I've actually enjoyed this side of it.
And are you amazed? I mean, being so sort of like engrossed in the costume industry, what do you think about the way, because
Hi everybody, sorry I haven't checked in like at all. It's quite difficult to speak because, as you can hear, there's a lot of music going on and a lot of racing going on, which is extremely noisy, but it's the end of the third day and we have had an absolutely fantastic time. It did absolutely tip it down at one point, but it's properly dried up and gone sunny now, so we're now over the road having some dinner. All the racing's finished, but yeah, I had such an amazing day. Well, I say we, I was by myself for most of it. I watched Poppy Okocha and I can't remember who the other one is, who do the Spill the Sustainability podcast, and it was amazing. It was so interesting. And then I then watched the interview with Poppy Okocha later on, and then not Poppy Okocha. Poppy Okocha is her sister. I'm talking about Rosie Okocha. Sorry guys. I follow both Rosie and Poppy on Instagram. Rosie Okocha, who is a sustainability advocate and has the podcast, and it was really, really amazing. And then also I watched an interview with Dita, and then I watched an interview with 2 costume designers from Bridgeton, embroiderer, and Ruth, who plays Lady Bridgeton. So yeah, I got clips of all of that, so hopefully you guys have seen that and enjoyed it. But such an amazing time. It has been so good. I have never been to an event that's been just like a sustainable fashion event with so many interesting talks, and it's really made me want to go to more of these, because obviously I go to a lot of sewing shows and knitting shows and I watch talks about knitting and sewing, but this was very vintage and thrifting inspired, and all of the talks were just so interesting, really, really interesting people. So yeah, I've had a really fantastic time at Goodwood. As press as well, just the most amazing experience, and I feel so grateful to have been able to come, and I'm really excited to get home and write the article, and I will be sharing all about that on my Instagram when it comes out if you guys want to read it, so make sure you follow me there. But yeah, I'm gonna get some dinner, so I'm probably just gonna sign off now. There'll be a few more clips probably of our yummy dinner, but apart from that, I'm just gonna sign off. So I hope you guys enjoyed this vlog. I hope it wasn't too crazy and you got to see a bit of what Goodwood is like, and obviously saw my outfits that I made myself and things like that. I know it's not been easy because I haven't really talked to you guys much, but I hope you really enjoyed watching anyway, and yeah, thanks so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.